So I am here with Terry Chaka, the Eldress from the Baobab Cultural Center. And so I just wanted to have a little conversation for the e-magazine debuting on March 31st, which will be titled The Deadline. And so I just want to see, what do you think about the coronavirus situation now that, everyone's in fear and all this crazy stuff is happening? What's your thoughts about it?
Well, I think it's a time for, since people can't be outside, it's a time for people to go inside. And I don't mean inside the house, I mean inside yourself. Because we're always so busy trying to get from this point to that point, and you know, trying to do this thing and that thing, that we don't have time to do some of the things. But our own housekeeping, let's put it that way, our own personal housekeeping with ourselves. So I think it's time for us to do that, and for those of us who are inside with maybe other members of our family, it's a time to look at how well we're getting along. Because some people are saying that they're going a little stir crazy because they're home with people and they can't stand this and they can't stand that. This is a good time to resolve some of those issues, and it's also a good time to just look at who we are, particularly as Black people. Who are we? It's a good time to look at family photos, to talk about family, to talk about our goals and where we would like to be, and kind of admit where we've fallen short.
So, question.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people on Facebook, particularly Facebook, and in the community are saying that when they get their stimulus checks, which are supposed to be about $1,200, that 5 to 10 or even 20 people that get these checks should put them together and start a business,
Yeah,
or that kind of thing. What are your thoughts about
that
that?
makes perfect sense. Because that's money that you wouldn't have had. I'm sure there are people that are going to say they need to pay bills, but it doesn't have to be the total $1,200. But it does make sense to pool our money together to get something that we really need. For example, a place where we can hold events. Why don't we have that kind of a building? You know, a place that we can rent out, a place that we can make money off of, like other people do. So I think that's an excellent idea. So that's one of the things, as we're looking within ourselves, that we could talk about doing. Good
Okay.
idea.
And are there, as we go inside,
Hmm.
are there like certain values that we should kind of think about and contemplate on, that you think will be helpful for people of African descent?
Oh, absolutely. Well, we don't have to rewrite that, as we know that Dr. Karenga has set the Nguza Saba. So, unity, self-determination, collective work and responsibility, cooperative economics, which we just talked about, and purpose, and creativity. This is a good time to be creative as well, you know, and having faith that we'll get through this, as we've gotten through so many other horrible things. But
Mm-hmm.
to use our creativity. I mean, certainly being inside, you have to figure out what it is that you're going to eat. So okay, so we have to really cook now, and we're
Mm-hmm.
the most creative people with an onion and some potatoes and one chicken leg, that I can think of. So to go inside and to be creative, whether it's to write, whether it's to produce a work of art, whether it's to make up a song. This is a great time for that.
So one last thing, and we just got this dash of time left.
Mm-hmm.
So, of all of our ancestors and the great leaders that we all typically talk about, um, which one comes to mind? Whatever that person comes to mind with, what would they do or say under these circumstances that we're presently in? What do you think they would say to us or do for us?
That's a tough one because there's so many people, and of course, the ones that come to mind are the ones that's always in front of us, and someone that's nearby, besides Frederick Douglass, of course, is always Harriet Tubman. And, her determination, I think about this all the time. When you think you can't get through things, every time that I would drive from Maryland back up here to Rochester and would complain to myself, perhaps, about how long it's taken to drive, I would think about Harriet Tubman. She walked that 19 times, okay? Went back and forth. That's determination and that's faith.
Well, thank you very much, Terry Chaka, and you be safe, you be well, and peace.